Well, hello there. Welcome to a new week on Gay Detroit Radio. Yes, it's 9 o'clock on www.radio-op.com. I'm your host, I'm James D. Well, we've got lots to talk about this week. The usual doom and gloom from everybody. Brian Fisher's taking his course and saying things. Alabama is doing ridiculous things with religious shit. And then we've got the Family Research Council talking about Dan Savage. We're going to talk all about that. And it's the usual doom and gloom crap. The whole world is now going to fall apart because the homosexuals are winning. All we want to do is get married, but apparently nobody else wants us to because they're too busy on their 5 wives and 6 wives and saying how much they hate us, and then they're sort of going their little hookers and their transvestites and God knows what in their own particular little political agendas. What can I say? But we do have some good news as well. We've got the wonderful, wonderful Zander, Michigan. He's going to be on the show later on. I'm going to play you some of his music right now so we can sample him before he talks. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio. I'm James D. I'm your host. And here's a little taste of Zander, Michigan. And it's called The Winds of Change.
If no one had a dream, then Martin Luther King would be another black man in Georgia. If no one spoke their mind, then they won't ever find what they're looking for. You ask what I wanna do, and if I told you the truth, you'd wish you'd never asked. I don't want your grief, so please just make it brief. I ain't got no time for your tears. Oh, the winds of change ain't blowing your way, they are blowing mine. If I lived like you, baby, I'd be crying too. I got a sickness called common sense. If you look to the sky, would you think to ask it why? You live just like them. When you're walking down the road, will you look before you go? Or will you just start walking down? If you're trying to sound smart, will you think before you depart? Or will you just start talking out? Oh, the winds of change ain't blowing your way, they are blowing mine. If I had a car, I would drive it very far. I would put the pedal down. And if I were a lover, I wouldn't hide beneath the covers. I would stand up and shout it out. I don't mean to be green, but your speech is so obscene. Is it really in God you trust? I believe in myself, not the trophies on your shelf. Self-esteem doesn't rust. Oh, the winds of change ain't blowing your way, they are
Yes, the wonderful dulcet tones there of the good old Zander, Michigan, and the Winds of Change. What's a very talented young man. He's going to be on after the next section. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we've got Brian Fisher. Now, he's saying now that on his radio program yesterday, Brian Fisher responded to reports of ocular syphilis cases amongst the gay men in California by declaring that homosexuality is now turning people blind. This led Fisher to promote the myth that immigrants are bringing in measles and polio and other illnesses into the US of A, to claim that the immigrants and gay people are bringing back diseases once thought to be eradicated. What an obnoxious little prick. Okay, so being gay will make you blind. Well, fuck this. I'm going to risk one eye. And the reason measles has come back into the good old US of A is because of people who refuse to vaccinate, believing that it will cause some form of autism. There is no facts to actually tie the two together, and I can't understand why that is. So I'm really, really sort of pissed off for this stupid woman, people who, they've now brought measles. They don't realize that actually, this vaccination has cured millions and millions and millions of people over decades, and I mean decades and decades. Even when my parents, they had the inoculations and the vaccinations, and they had no problems whatsoever. So why they're now all of a sudden tying this to autism when they have no proof and there are no facts, I do not know why, because now you're putting other families and other children at risk. And believe me, death by measles is not pretty. But then again, death is not pretty at all. Moving on. Now, breaking in Alabama, now the House has passed the religious exemption bill. This is actually, so it's allowing religious organizations to refuse to solemnize or recognize same-sex marriage. Well, I hate to tell you this, religious organizations, but we don't need your blessing. It is now the law. We can get married by law. A marriage is a contract by the law. Yes, once again, marriages, contracts by the law. Yes, the law. We don't need you. A wedding and a holy matrimony is blessed by a religious organization or a religious ceremony, which is full of love and happiness, not hatred and bigotry. So marriage is the law, and a wedding ceremony is a religious ceremony, not the law. Okay, moving on. Now, the Family Research Council is now actually attacking Dan Savage because he had the nerve to tell Ben Carson, who believes that if you go to prison, you go in straight and come out gay. There's a few people I'd like to go to prison. Come to daddy, baby. Oh, boy. Anyway, so. What an idiot. Do you know what really gets me is that these supposedly educated people, college, everything, they have letters after their names, like BS, bullshit. And it's like, sort of BA, bullshit artists. And it's just like, why are you doing this? So Ben Carson turned around and says, well, I believe that homosexuality is a choice. Well, if it's such a choice, then you can choose to be gay. Or were you gay and you didn't want it, Mr. Carson, and you decided to become straight? Dan Savage had another idea. He says, well, if you think homosexuality is a choice, come and suck my dick. Well, Dan, I actually applaud you on saying that, and you're brave because if he accepts, you're going to have to let him, and I particularly wouldn't like that mouth, that dirty potty mouth, anywhere near my dick. Would you? Okay, let's. Yeah, just like, really. I mean, these people are just so stupid. Family Research Council. Is actually saying that people like Dan Savage now actually calls the SAE's racist chant. These were these little frat boys who just sort of thought they could say anything they want about the N-word and the F-word, and they're not allowed any other races into their fraternity. I'm sorry, but you know what? These fraternities need to stop. I mean, what is the point of all this? Is all this hazing? They're all sort of trying to get up each other's ass and playing with each other's penises, but yet they're totally straight. Oh, wait a minute. That's a choice. Sorry, Ben. Can we go to prison? I'd love to become straight. Here's some song. A lovely song by a local girl. She's been on our show before, and she's going to come back on soon. It's Nikki Holland, and it's called Secret. I love this girl.
Watch me in the corners of your eyes. You're dancing here, that's why I came. I strip you naked in these pictures in my mind. My needs, my wants are hard to tame. Now I wanna run to you, pick you up between your thighs, just to hear you gasp and speak my name. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside, just to hear you breathing as your hips beneath me rise. Let's dance a way you've never seen. I want to creep in you, open the depth of you inside, surrounded by the musk of you and me. You saturate me with the pleasure in your cries, and I won't let go until you scream. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside. I'm in your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, under your fingernails. I'm in you, you can go away. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. I promise to tell no one. Play along with all the lies. If you'll say that later we can meet, and I'll keep your secret from the public scornful eyes. If that's what it takes to get relief, just know that one day I'll lay it out to your surprise. They don't really care, it's what you perceive. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside. I'm in your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, under your fingernails. I'm in you, you can go away. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down.
Yeah, it's a lovely sound there of good old Nikki Holland, true friend and a absolutely beautiful girl, and she's very talented. A lot more news now. And after this section, we're going to have the wonderful Zander, Michigan. Have a little interview with him and have some more of his songs. A very, very talented young man on good old gay Detroit radio today. That's on www.radio-ob.com. You can contact us on many other ways. It's gaydetroitradio@gmail.com. There's gaydetroit.com, which is the website. There's also James D on Facebook, which that is moi. And there's also Gay Detroit Radio on Facebook. So there's plenty of ways to actually contact us. Another bit of doom and gloom. The notorious homophobic church in New York has been hit with a number of violations for erecting such a nasty play on words, erecting a nasty anti-gay sign without a permit. Good, because it's like Jesus would stone homos, and stoning is still the law. Of course, they're quoting the law. That's bullshit. Do you know, I'm telling you something now. The actual word homosexual was actually really sort of invented or allowed into a dictionary in the late 1800s, which is actually 100 years before the word heterosexual was actually put into the dictionary as well. So actually the homosexuals are first, you tarts. And yes, we got there 100 years before you did. So if Jesus did say anything about homosexuals, he would be the only white English-speaking guy, the only English-speaking white guy even, in Bethlehem, Jerusalem, which is actually Middle East, I believe. And I don't mean Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Anyway, so the homophobic church, the Adler Worldwide Missionary Church in Harlem, NYC, it's also it's well known for its eccentric, actually not eccentric, hateful little shit called James David Manning. And he's also, oh God, it's just as the hatred. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then also, this is quite good too, because the Oklahoma Democratic Amendment is now saying that the Christian businesses must post notice of their anti-gay discrimination. Therefore, if they want this, religious freedom, and they want to say that no, we are not going to serve homosexuals, well, now they're going to have to put it on their windows, and then they must post notice of the anti-gay discrimination, so they let everybody know what hateful pieces of crap they are. And then here's something really. Alveda King. She's now become a Fox News contributor, and she's now blaming natural disasters on gay marriage. Now, Dr. Alveda King is actually the niece of Dr. Martin Luther King. And to hear such hateful words coming from this hateful woman who is actually related to Martin Luther King, and it's going against everything he ever stood for. He is the icon of civil rights, and then you have this piece of shit relative completely undoing all his work. This is just completely, she's so anti-gay, it's untrue. So unfortunately she is definitely really should be excluded from the family. But anyway, let's have some good news. Let's have some good music. Here's a little bit of Colin Blue, and it's called Rex Tremende. I'm James D, and you listen to Gay Detroit Radio. And right after this song, we're going to have the wonderful, wonderful Mr. Zander, Michigan. A wonderful, talented young man. I'm James D once again. You listen to Gay Detroit Radio.
What you title a king, man full of generosity, power his eyes, strengthen his voice, strengthen his cries. You're above for his excellency. When he appears virtually in front of your eyes, with all of his might, with all of his strife, you'll see at the beauty within, every smile, every laugh, every grin, deep in your souls, bathing in hope, bathing in love, interest and harmony. On his ass, he got right back up again and again and
One. Yes, and welcome to Gay Detroit Radio. We have a wonderful, talented young man today, and he's called Zander, Michigan, and he loves to sing, and he's a singer-songwriter, all his own stuff, writes his own music, and he sings with his own music, and it's pretty good stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show, Zander, Michigan. Hi, young man, how are you?
Great, James. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Oh, sweet. Now, listen, you actually live in Clawson, so you're a local lad. And describe what genre of your music is. You know, what would you describe it as? Is it like folky or, you know, contemporary? Or what would you describe your music as?
It started off really on the heavy Bob Dylan vibe, very folky, lots of harmonica. And sort of worked its way into some blues and some rock and roll, but still keeping that Midwest twang in there, if you will.
Mm-hmm. I love that twang. I love that twang.
It's kind of nice and nasally. I mean, if you get used to it.
Well, I find that a lot of countries is, I'm not trying to sort of depict all countries nasally, but like the old school used to be a little bit on the nasal side, you know. And but I've always liked country music, you know. I've always favored it, and a lot of people say, "But you're English. What do you know?"
Right? Yeah. What do you know?
Exactly. You know, I mean, you come from across the pond. What do you know? Well, I did know the Beatles, but well, I didn't.
They were American country music, right?
Yeah. They came from that little nasty place called Liverpool. Yeah. So
Port City.
Yeah. So what made you? You know, I asked this for every musician, but what actually made you come into music? Have you been sort of singing music all your life? Because I mean, when I was younger, you know, the fridge light came on and I started singing. I've always been a ham. So how did it start for you?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned the Beatles. I grew up on the Beatles. I mean, that was what my parents had always listened to. And
mine too. Mine too.
Sing along to all their songs. And, you know, I was like, dude, I could do this for a living. This is like the greatest thing ever. And after hearing that, I mean, there was really nothing else that I wanted to do. It was they kind of sold me. They're kind of the greatest band in the world, I think.
All right, well let's hear one of your songs and introduce your song. Let's listen to it, and then we can talk about that. Song. Okay, please pick. Which song do you want to sing?
I think you should do Bathtub Gin first. That's a good rocker to start out with.
Sorry, just say that once again.
Bathtub Gin.
Okay, Baths of Gin. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio and Zander, Michigan, and in the bath of gin.
Rambling in the back room, gambling in the smoke room. The coppers in the alleyway, they're coming up the back seat. She asked me what I wanna drink, I asked her if she ever thinks. She looked at me like she knew me when she walked away. She gave a wink. I don't know your name, but please just let me in. The liquor store's been closed for years. I know you got better gin. Ooh, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's get it up-ba-ba. Drinking from a paint can, chasing down a mailman, swinging from a tree branch, swinging from a ceiling fan. Learn me what I never know, take me where I never go. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't tell them where the water flow. I can't see your face, but you look just like my kin. This potion's got me all mixed up. One more better gin. Let's get it up. Walking on a sand dune, looking like a dry prune. She says she loves my music, but I'm always singing out of tune. I'll take it as a compliment on every single continent. I can now like an alley cat, my silence is my dominant. I could never read, but baby, I can sing. Oh, come on over to my place for a world-class better gin. Take me down the boot camp, lick me like an old stamp, whip me back up in the shape and shake me like a leg cramp. Tell me that you wish me dead, slap me right upside the head, chew me up and spit me out. There's no one that I'd rather with. Baby, I can't lose because I was born to win. So what if I'm an outlaw, getting rich off better gin? Yeah, bum-bum-bum-bum. Ooh, let's get it bum-bum-bum.
Yes, that's the wonderful dulcet tones of Zander, Michigan there, and Bathtub Gin. That sound stinks of Prohibition. Was that in your mind, or what did you think of as you? Because that's a great title for a song.
Isn't it good?
I
mean,
love
it. It just gets you right away.
Yeah,
that was actually. Go ahead.
Good. No, it's just I like the sound of anything that's banned. I'll drink. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Prohibition was so successful in America. If you noticed. Anyway, please go on your song.
That's exactly what I thought about when I wrote it. I actually wanted to do a whole EP of songs, call it the Prohibition EP, and do them all like gangster 1930s. Like.
Oh, that sounds great. I love those old.
I never got that far.
I love those old cars with the suicide doors as well. I love those. I'd love to drive one of those. You know, be like a gang.
With Tommy guns.
Yeah. That sounds super. But I love the song. I love the title, and Prohibition. Good God, you're sort of taking back a little bit of history there. What made you think of that? Is it just came into your head?
Well, I sort of have a style of dress that goes back a ways to those days.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when I was wearing one of those straw hats, the 1920s.
Yeah,
straw hats.
Don't they call them
three-piece suit and the bow tie?
Yeah, don't they call them boaters or something like that?
They're
the straw
boaters.
Yeah,
I've heard a couple names for them. Yeah, boaters, bashers, something crazy like that. So I had that style going on, and I wanted to sort of do something in the period. So I came up with that little rappy, bluesy song.
I like that a lot. Great idea. And what kind of feedback are you getting from it?
Everybody loves it. I actually just went down to Nashville 2 weeks ago, and it got picked up by a publishing company. They chose my song out of 40, 50 artists. It was one of 3 songs that were chosen for the consideration for. Yeah. So I had no idea what I was doing. I just submitted a random song, and it happened to be that one, and they really liked it. So.
Oh, sweet. Okay, let's listen to another song because I do like your style. And is this next one, is it similar style or a completely different style? And what is the title, please?
This one is called "I Know How to Love You," It's a duet with my friend and I, female. Her name's Courtney Hurley. It's kind of like Johnny Cash and June Carter kind of.
Oh, sweet! Wow, you're getting some different styles in there. Sounds great.
Yeah. Kind of bridging it all around.
Yeah, actually, I like that because when I've done my own songs, I like to sort of diversify a little and just sort of make the sounds a little different because. Sometimes I don't want to complain about other people, but sometimes, the bubblegum songs just sound like bubblegum songs and all the songs sound the same, so, but it's not sour grapes, it's just my own personal choice. So, once again, young man, introduce your song.
This is I Know How to Love You by Zander, Michigan and Courtney Hurley.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio.
I know how to love you, girl. I know how to love you, girl, I do. I won't ever leave your side. I won't ever leave your side, it's true. Don't make me wait for you no more. Soon I'll be walking out that door. Soon you'll be lying alone. And you know that I won't be coming home.
I know how to love you, boy. I know how to love you, boy, I do. I've waited my life for you. I've waited my life for you, it's true.
Don't make me wait for you no more. Soon I'll be walking out that door. Soon you'll be lying all alone. And you know that I won't be coming home. I know how to love you, boy. I know how to love you, girl, I do. I've waited my life for you. I've waited my life for you, it's true. Don't make me wait for you no more. Soon I'll be walking out that door. Soon you'll be lying all alone. And you know that I won't be coming home. Don't make me wait for you no more. Soon I'll be walking out that door. Soon you'll be lying all alone. And you know that I won't be coming home.
Yes, quite a different sound there, and a wonderful sound from Zander, Michigan, and a Courtney Hurley, a nice duet there, and it's called I Know How to Love You. That sounds like a challenge. Was it a challenge?
It definitely was a challenge. If you listen to the song really carefully, the whole song is a challenge.
No, it's just the way when you sort of introduced it. I know how to love you. It's like I know what you did last summer. That kind of thing.
Exactly. It's like, who are you going to find that's better than me? I mean, that's the only question I have to ask, really.
Well, that's a very confident and very, very, very confident way of doing it. A lot of people would say arrogant, but I like the confidence part. Do you?
I love the confidence.
I'm busting your balls here. You do know this. So, whereabouts? You got some gigs locally where people can come and see you?
Yeah. Actually, I have a really big gig coming up March 29th, downtown Detroit at Corktown Tavern.
Oh, sweet.
Off of Michigan Avenue. It's the record release party for my album Zander the Great.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a very interesting show, very unique. I'm doing an acoustic set, and I'm doing an electric set as well.
Nice. Now,
I
love...
First time
It's, like I said, you've just got the last song was a very confident song. You know, it's like I know, you know, how to love you, and then you've got Zander the Great. I mean, come on. I mean, is this? Oh God, how can...
It's more vain than Kanye West.
I was
going to
say it's like very narcissistic, isn't it?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Do you have a mirror? Do you have a mirror as you're singing? You know.
Yeah, I'm looking in the mirror right now. Actually.
Oh, dear, that's great. So now, if anybody wants to contact you, what website do you use?
Can I just rattle off my social media stuff?
Please do.
So my official website is zandermichigan.com. All the Zanders are spelled with a Z, not an X.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook.com/ZanderMichigan. My Twitter handle is @ZanderMichigan. Instagram handle is official.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube.com/ZanderMichigan. You can email me at zandermichigan@gmail.com, or you can text or call me at 248-421-9932.
Mm-hmm. I think you're lacking some information there.
I don't think so. I think I have everything.
I think
all of the legitimate sources are there. I don't think I want to give out any more information.
Oh, so you do have a private life as well, yeah?
Of course, we all have our own private lives, right?
Zander,
whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
That's right. Zander, an absolute pleasure. Let's play a song out, one of your last songs for today, and then I'll play another song later as well. And actually what I'll do is, how many songs did you send me, by the way? I never checked.
I think I sent you 4.
Okay.
I don't know. You don't have to use all of them. But
oh, yeah. No, the spotlight's on you this week, young man, you know. So, no, my pleasure. And I'd love you to come back on the show, actually, and tell us what else is going on. Because, actually, come back next month or something like that and tell us how your big night went and how things are. And, come back and promote yourself. You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
So,
right. If you'll have me, I'll definitely.
Oh, please, definitely. And because it was actually from Kelly from OP Radio, was it?
Yeah. She was the one who. Yeah.
Oh well, tell her, tell her that you enjoyed herself. Because I'd like to interview her as well one time because she's a nice girl. Okay, young man. What song am I playing you out with?
This song is called "The Great."
The Great. We're back to this
If you're talking about narcissism, I mean, this is the greatest send-off that you could possibly have.
Oh, God, it's like I'm going to have to go into the bathroom and just look at myself now because I feel very inferior.
I mean, the real question is, why are you not doing that right now?
Because you stole the mirror. Yeah. Zander.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, that was an absolute pleasure. I do hope to hear from you again, and we're going to hear your song. It's going to play you out, and I'll play your other song earlier in the tracks as well. Oh, absolute pleasure. Zander, thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye-bye.
I conquer the world, but what you gonna do? I conquer the universe and the galaxy too. I am the greatest, soon you're gonna see. I flow like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Like Muhammad Ali, I am the greatest. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba, I am the greatest. I am the greatest. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba, I am the greatest. You won't even see me, I'm already gone. Rising to the heavens on the chariot I'm on.
wonderful, talented young man there. Absolute pleasure to interview him. Yes, Zander, Michigan. We're going to hear a lot more about him. I like his style. Very unique. Very, very nice, and a wonderful person to talk to. Well, let's get back to now the silly politics. And apparently now the Democrats are playing naughty, naughty, cheating boys. The Sydney Leathers. The woman who's helping bring down New York Congressman Anthony Weiner with her part in the sexing scandal, she's at it again. This time, it looks like she's taking down a Democrat. Democrat, even, not a Republican. This time, it's a good old dusky Democrat. Indiana State Rep Justin Mood, who's engaged to be married to a woman in September, but also, apparently has a proclivity for big black COCK. It's so crass to say cock, really. Anyway, so Mode, using his screen name Bitch Boy, exchanged explicit text with Leathers, including those where he bares his naked butt. Well, I hope it looks better than his face. Anyway, you can actually see all these news items if you go to Gay Detroit Radio and on Facebook. I do have all this. You can see all the pictures, and these are all true pieces of news, I can assure you. Oh dear. Now, this is another thing as well. Oklahoma. The House has passed a bill restricting marriage only just to people of faith. A bill that will restrict the right to marry people of faith will mandate all marriage licenses to be approved by a member of the clergy. Was approved by the Oklahoma State House yesterday. This bill was approved by the Republican majority and now goes to the state Senate for consideration. This is total and absolute bullshit. What they're saying now is your marriage has to be approved by people of faith, a member of clergy, approved by the Oklahoma state. That's telling you what religion you're allowed to use. So if you don't have their religion, you cannot get married. That also means gay, straight, transsexual, bisexual, intersex, whatever you are. So, ladies and gentlemen, all you happy heteros out there, you're going to be penalized too, because if you do not follow their rules in Christianity and in their faith of their choice, you will not be allowed to get married. So all I can say is, welcome to our world. Anyway, let's go to Michael Sam. Still doing very well. I actually love and applaud this guy for actually coming out, but is now actually receiving a lot of criticism for dating Vito Camisano. That's his, I think his fiancée, because they actually did propose to him in Italy. Now it's been first because he became the openly gay player. Now they're criticizing him for not for actually not dating people of his own color, because he's dating a white boy. He's getting a lot of criticism. I remember this been going on for a long time, and a lot of people did say that a lot of people who date people of, like, if you're Black American or African American, that if you date somebody who's Caucasian white, then you are an Oreo. You're not really a black person. This is people criticizing each other in their own cultures. This is no such thing as your own culture. Really, we're all human beings. You know, no matter what color your skin is, when you open that skin, it still bleeds red blood. And when you open up the skull, it's got grey cells. That's called a brain. Unfortunately, there's sort of some lacking proof as far as the Republicans and a lot of the Christian organizations are concerned, because they don't even know where their brains are, because all they want to do is sort of condemn everyone and anyone for not having their own faith. But here's something else. Now, do you remember there was news years ago about two gay penguins in the Bronx Zoo? Then they brought out a little booklet, and I forgot the name of it, and something like "And Coco Makes Three" or something like that. It was banned from all the schools because it was promoting homosexuality. Then there was another couple of penguins in another zoo somewhere. Well, apparently gay penguins are the in thing, because there's Peso and Squaddle, are loved-up male penguins celebrating their relationship at a Welsh zoo. So they have gay penguins in Wales. Well, those little buggers are getting everywhere. What can I say? Damn. Let's see. Let's have some music. And let's have, you know what, a little bit of song from Spain here. I love this song. It's from Ebony Voice and a little bit of Pidiendo Más.
Ella me encanta. Tu carita pidiendo más, más, más aún. Ebony Voice con señor Coquis. Pa' todas las Johnny que andan sin yo. Tú sabes cómo que me pongo yo. Yo quiero
Yeah, I just love that song there. A little bit of Spanish, Espanol there from Ebony Voice and Pidiendo Más. Well, we're winding down the show now. So, brief recap of what's been happening this week. Brian Fisher has actually he got fired from the American Family Association, didn't he? And he's still doing this radio show. Apparently, they think he's just a little too extreme now. And apparently, homosexuality causes blindness. Well, I'll risk one eye. Well, I'm already wearing glasses. I'm virtually nearly legally blind anyway. So, and that was before I was a homosexual. I chose to wear glasses, Ben Carson. Yes. Also, the breaking news of Alabama House passes a religious exemption bill so that they can just be sort of holier than thou, and also it's just totally ridiculous. The Family Research Council says that gay people like Dan Savage are actually causing the SAE's racist chant. And also some good news as well. This very homophobic New York church, the Adler Church in Harlem, they're now actually getting hit with violations for installing anti-gay signs without permission. They're not getting any permits for this. Nice little sweet... Now the nose fixed, now the teeth won't work. Yes, nice little bit of sweet news here. Yes, Peso and Squaddle. The loved-up male penguins who are living at a Welsh zoo. Also in Oklahoma, yes, the Democrats now are going to try and get an amendment through because of this religious freedom crap that's going around, because they're screaming like banshees, mainly because they're losing against, equality for all. They're now going to say that Christian businesses must post notice of any anti-gay discrimination. That actually means it gives us a chance to completely boycott this place, and everybody else will boycott these pieces of crap, because it's not religion and it's not Christianity. The way I heard Christianity is that everybody's supposed to love each other, and I think apparently God actually is supposed to forgive everyone. But you know what? It's funny enough. There's only now. This is sort of a bit of a joke, really, but there's only 6 admonishments against homosexuals in the Bible. But yet there's 365 admonishments against the heterosexuals. So we're not saying you sin more, it's just that you need a little more supervision by the looks of it, But once again, don't forget, homosexuality was not invented until the 1800s. And then homosexuality was only actually put into the Bible, and it was more for political reasons, not for religious reasons. And it was put into the Bible in 1946. So, if you're going to really start being hateful pieces of shit, remember, we're extremely educated, and we can fight you just like you think you're so clever. We actually read the Bible, and we know what's going on, because actually the Bible was originally written in Aramaic, and then it was converted into English in 1546, I believe. Then it goes on and on and on, and then of course homosexuality was added in 1946 for political reasons, not religious reasons. And the reason I'm saying this is because, we're fed up of you just completely sort of using the Bible as a weapon. If you're going to use the Bible, please get your facts straight, because we can read also. I'm going to finish this week with a nice little song, and I haven't played this for a while. I think I played it last week as well, but I like it. It's one of my songs, and it's called Every Day. Ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you same bad time, or should I say same gay time, same gay week at www.radio-obi.com. I'm James Dean, and I'll see you next week. Bye.